It's family time 177. We're talking about brainstorming. I want to tie this into our discussion last week. We're talking about the root of the problem, identifying some issue, some challenge in your life, and trying to speculate on what the root cause might be. Now we want to try to come up with ideas to address that root problem. We're just doing a little brainstorming. When we brainstorm, I think it's important to not put limits on our brainstorming. It's this idea of blue sky brainstorming. It's an actual type of brainstorming that's used in a lot of different businesses, a lot of different organizations. I think it's the best way to start. For me, it may not be the best method for everybody. There's a lot of different methods that you can use. You can set up pros and cons lists and all sorts of different types of brainstorming strategies. But I think blue sky brainstorming is a great place to start. It's where we throw out any and all ideas. Nothing is off the table, no matter how extreme, no matter how impractical it might initially seem. We're just throwing out any idea. That is a great place to start. Too often, we're capable of coming up with solutions to our own problems, but we limit ourselves. We cut ourselves off at the earliest stages of growth because we think, well, maybe could do this, but I don't have the skills for that, or I don't have the time, or I don't have the resources. Well, so somebody else did that, but they have this thing that makes them special, and I don't have that thing. And really all we're doing is we're putting self-imposed shackles onto things that could be really great for us, things that could really alter our lives and fix problems in our lives. We have to get past that initial doubt. In order to accomplish anything of value, we have to at some point have kind of a leap of faith where we decide that we're not going to worry as much about making the right decision. We're going to focus on making our decision right. Because at some point, we can hem and haw about things as long as we want. I'm guilty of that. I think a lot of times, whether it's academics or athletics, I think, and here's all the things that could go wrong. I do that a lot during football sometimes, where I'm like, okay, well, I want to do this, but if I'm planning defense, the offense could do this, they could do this, they could do this. Well, maybe I could do this, but they could do this. And it gets to be too much. It gets to be overthinking what could happen instead of deciding, okay, we're going to make this decision. There's always going to be limits. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. But we're going to stick to this decision. We're going to do it really well. We're going to not worry so much about this decision being the right decision. We're going to make this decision right by how we execute it, by how we teach it, by how we coach it up. I think that's a powerful realization. But we do have to go through that process of deciding what could be possible solutions. What could I do? So that's what I want you to do this week. Pretty simple. Look back at the problem we identified last week and what you think the root cause of that problem might be. Now just brainstorm with no limitations. How could you solve that problem? And just go. Blue sky brainstorming. This. Then later is the time to go, okay, well, this one's probably not super realistic, or you know what, this one right here, I don't think I have the time for that, but this one right here, that might be something. And by taking limitations off, we're allowing our brains to kind of just run wild, to be creative. And often we come up with solutions that we wouldn't have otherwise without following a dead end a little bit. Without saying, okay, well, this is a possibility, this is a possibility, this is a possibility. Ooh, maybe this. I didn't really think of that before. But that leads me to maybe I could make something like that work. Maybe not in the exact way I initially thought of it, but maybe I could edit this and make it more realistic. So that's what I want you to do. Start brainstorming some solutions, some possible actions we could take without any boundaries, without any limits. Till next time, much love.